Hello. Sorry for the delay. I know, I feel like I say that every single time. But we are here. Welcome to another episode of Those Natural Ones. No real announcements coming up. So Sam, why don't you go ahead and dive right in and tell us what happened? Oh, wait, one announcement. Perry will be here just in a little while. Butch Perry. He'll be here in a little bit. And Lindsay is here. You can't see her.
Hi.
She's a bear.
I'm a bear.
All right. Sam, what happened? What are we doing?
So much happened. So last session, the party, led by the general, worked to repel the Duragar attacking the keep. Once we took care of those, we learned that the enemy leader was positioned in the town square. We also saw a ship in the harbor taking out the Nautilus ships floating above the city. Might have been familiar. We rushed with the general to the town square, where we saw not only 2 mind flayers and a handful of Duragar, we also found a 12-foot tall mega mind flayer. We began the battle, and soon after, rain swooped in to help us, much to our elation. Particularly Gwen's. The party was successful, and killing the leader broke a connection that allowed the forces of Castellatri to finish the invaders off. Before we regrouped at the keep to debrief with the general on our mission and what we'd been doing the past 17 days, we stopped by the Flawless Tome and found Anisra alive and quite ready to defend herself. We traveled to the keep, where we told General Calliope where we had been, who we had accidentally freed in Stygia, and the general unreliability of the amulet we had used to come home. She told us that there had been reports of others with visions like ours, and she wanted us to go to Shadowfell to deal with the threat before it can strike the capital. We ended the session after she introduced someone to help us more reliably navigate the plains. None other than Gwen's father, Hymir.
Indeed.
Aw, shit, dog.
Shit dog. All right, so.
I don't like this shit dog.
Is that the G.I. Joe?
Oh. All right.
G.I. Joe.
So, this is where you will pick up. As you guys stand there, in this conference room, war room, whatever you want to call it, with this tall, slender, very sharp-featured
But he looks freakishly clean, too.
elven man. He does. He looks immaculate. Long black hair, pretty much perfect, draped down past his shoulders. These brown robes, carrying this gnarled wooden staff that looks like very much like Gandalf's.
Is Gwen's dad a dilf?
He might be.
I mean, he's an elf, so he probably doesn't look any older than like 35.
Exactly. And he's carrying this staff that looks very much like Gandalf the Grey's, just the gnarled wooden, almost looks like he just ripped it off of a tree. And he walks in and takes a look at all of you, and then, Gwaithrinus, you look well.
Do I? Thanks. You look so clean. So you look great.
See, you have been successful here on your mission.
Yeah. After a fashion, we've been doing great. We've been doing fine. This is wonderful. This is what a day. Oh.
Kind of walks up next to the general, kind of stands on the other side of the chair from the general. And, General, you called me here for a reason. I believe it was more than just a family reunion. Would you like to expand on the plan And Calliope kind of looks over, kind of looks at you, looks across to everyone else. Well, all right. So, Heimir here has a specific, particular set of skills where he has much more control over interplanar travel as long as he has the proper artifacts. So, he will be able to, when you all are ready, take you directly to the Shadowfell, to where you can investigate this dragon that is seen in your visions as well as others. Ymir kind of looks over. He's like, yes, that was a lot out there, so let's take some time, but I will be ready to.
So with
Yes.
those particular set of skills, are we quite taken by him?
Are you just taking us there and then dropping us off and coming back after a set amount of time?
Calliope kind of interjects in. She says, well, Heimir here has his own assignment to find a particular item while he is there. Something that will help us in the battle for Kvachliv. So he will take you and then probably break off from your group while you deal with this dragon. His mission is more of a sneak around and find out type mission. And
At least it's not fuck around and find out. Am I right, Dad?
To
Sounds
this-
great.
he raises an eyebrow towards you. Says, just kind of sighs slightly. Exasperation. I will provide transport. And I will be reachable. However, once you have completed your assignments, contact me and we'll make our way back and meet with the general and her armies in Torchev.
How are we going to contact you? I mean, we can work out these details later, but I've already got 2 of these and I just pull out both sending stones. So it's like I'm having trouble keeping track.
And
Get
he
your hand out of my pocket.
This is the
actually,
other half of that one.
well, I was going to hand you this. And he pulls out another sending stone.
I mean, you know what? Maybe bones aren't the only thing I'm collecting.
This is going to be a thing.
Or someone
now.
else can take it.
This is
you know.
absolutely going to be a thing. How many sending stones can Gwen end up with?
Oh my god.
See, this one's for Hugh, and this one's for Arnon, and this one's for Dad.
The real reason you got that bone quill is just so you can label all the sending stones.
Gotta keep
Perfect.
them all straight somehow.
Now, if you take this, then as soon as you all complete your assignment, if you contact me, I will meet you and can transport back to Torchev to meet up with the garrison there.
Awesome. So we're just gonna take a rest, and then Gwen's floundering. She has no idea what to say. She
This-
wants desperately for someone else to talk.
Is
What do you guys want to do next?
High fives, Red.
What up? Yes. I'd imagine that we actually do have a secret high five that whilst we've stayed in inns that we've made our own handshake. So I think to make you look especially cool in front of your dad, we made sure that we did that handshake.
well, Gwaithrin, would you introduce me to your compatriots?
I would love to. First point of order, though, they all know me as Gwen, and you're welcome to also call me Gwen. Just to
Gwen,
yes, just let that get the mouthfeel of that. Just
I
kind of
can
sit
kind
on
of
that for a minute.
hear the pain in his voice when he says it.
Isn't it lovely? Yeah, it just fits so well. Say it again. No, I'm just kidding. So we've got Elric, our I'm pointing randomly, waving my arms around, but Elric is our resident wizard, and Arnin, our resident roguish type, and Rhett, our resident banger, and then we have Bard Ranger. Bard, she sings. She's great. She's lovely, and Butch, and like didn't Calliope, Butch is our turtle, buddy. We're four elves and a turtle. Didn't Calliope tell you all this already? This is Rain.
Waiterness,
Yes.
breathe.
I don't wanna, but I'll try.
Subject number one's father appears to make her more nervous than normal.
It's just been a whole hell of a lot today. We, just with the invasion, and then Rain, and then Anisra, and then the mind flares, and then almost dying again, and then it's just like I need a break.
Indeed, and it's been a long journey for myself as well. Is there a place perhaps that we could perhaps find sustenance, food, beverage close by? Maybe talk in a little more casual environment.
Sure. What's the name of the
The rest of your party is, of course, welcome to join us as well.
Please join us. And I grab Rain's hand in particular, and I do not let go.
DM.
All right. Yes.
On a scale of 1 to the last 5 minutes of Independence Day, how much war is still happening outside of the Citadel?
At this point, it seems like things have calmed down for the most part. When you guys took out the like Olithid or whatever the hell that thing was called,
Mega Mind Flare.
Mega Mind Flare. It seemed like that was more or less the climax of the battle, and you, let's say after walking, being in here, your conversation, you're a good couple hours out of the battle, and it seems like most things have calmed down.
We typically go to the Cup and Coin, right?
No.
I lied. I meant the Laughing Unicorn.
Yes, that
Okay.
one.
Is there a restaurant that's still operating right now, as opposed to, I don't know, cleaning up the aftermath?
Son of a bitch. Second.
I mean, we could. Well, I don't know if you need this room after this, but like maybe we could just we'll just sit here on the floor and panic. I mean, eat.
To which Calliope says, "By all means, I will have the chef whip up something for you and bring it up. I will go ahead and leave you guys to your whatever this is. I have.
You don't want to stay?
I have other matters to attend to.
Oh no. She had summon alcohol.
So she's. I will bid you good night. Stay here as long as you need to, and then just if you want, you can make your way back to the barracks, or if you're still worried about the invasion that just happened, feel free to find a spot to just set up here if you need to. I will see you all in the morning.
Before we are we going to reconvene and like plan to go tomorrow, like immediately in the morning, or do we have a little buffer?
I would like you all to go as quickly as possible. However, if you need a day, that's fine. We can schedule around that. I would just I will be getting the garrison and heading towards Torchev in probably 2 days' time. So as soon as you can get to Torchev, the better. But you need to take care of this issue in the Shadowfell before you meet us there.
I will say, we do need a day to recuperate. We have come a long way.
So you're saying? Well,
yes, one day and then.
I have a lot of reading to do, and she picks up the report that Elric handed her. I have a lot of reading to do anyway to figure out exactly what was going on for that 2+ weeks you were gone. However, take a day or so, and then just let me know when you are heading out. And Hymir, he looks at her. I guess I will putting you in command of these few until then. Hymir just kind of, stoically nods to her.
Gwen visibly gets smaller.
Is there anything else you need from me before I take my leave?
Can you have them send up some alcohol of any kind?
Absolutely. I will have them send up a nice assortment of alcohols as well as foodstuffs from the kitchen.
And then I want to, I'm just like, oh, I borrowed this. And then give her back the chalice that I stole, like,
You son of a bitch, I've been looking for this for 17 days.
yeah, I just figured I'd miss you. And I did. But hey, we're back. Here you go.
Well, the next time I'm throwing you in the dungeon. And she says that and kind of winks at you and
Yeah, all right.
See, I'm looking to the rest of the 4 elves and a turtle, and I'm just kind of like mouthing the word command.
I don't like it.
so she kind of turns around and backs off and disappears through the same door that Hymir came in. And Hymir kind of steps up, looks around to all of you, says, well, Command, I am not a member of this military, I am not a member of this nation. However, our nations have come to agreement to help defeat the greater enemy. So, I hope there will be no, he looks directly at you, Gwen, issues in following the chain of command.
I mean, why would there be? She's gritting her teeth
It's kind of
so hard.
Man, I feel like there's some context we're missing. We should talk about this over some drinks.
let's just say we do not need to air personal pasts. I just need to make sure that everyone is... there will be no outliers or issues in the field.
I think I can do what needs to be done, if that's your concern. I think I've proved that over the last year.
I will take your word for it.
I like nudge Elric and like point to his book of judging.
That is not what okay, listen.
So, Gwen, I would like you to make a perception check real quick.
Well.
Okay.
Nothing? Good.
The dad was in your eyes.
Yes. Fuck
So,
yes.
the rest of you just hear Hymir speaking in a language that none of you understand. You hear this flowing, very poetic language come out of his mouth.
And none of us understand.
I was gonna say I speak so many languages.
Not the one you need to.
Damn it!
I do have comprehend language.
Will that let you figure out something that's already been said, or does
No,
it just
it will
work for
not.
things said? Oh, okay.
You would have to cast it after you heard something.
Well,
Does anyone have cast time stone?
In common,
turn back time.
In common. Motherfucker, that's not what I say. In common, I say how fucking dare you? And that's
Oh shit! What you say, Pops? I don't care if this guy likes me. I don't like the way that he's making Gwen uncomfortable, so I just do not. I give zero shits.
And I think in back in the same language that he spoke, I just say it's more complicated than that. You should be well aware.
I just would like to say that I have, as soon as Gwaithranis has started speaking, I have cast comprehend languages just in case he says something else.
What's the casting time on that?
Let's see. Casting time is 1 action.
Okay, fantastic. And are you being subtle, or are you just fucking out in the open, just casting it?
I'm casting it with my crystal orb as my arcane focus, and to cast it, I put it on the table and I spin it. And inside the crystal orb, you can see like what would look like written language start to turn into a wisp into my ear.
Okay.
Can I find it? Oh, there it is. At will. So there is a verbal and a semantic component to that. So, are you again saying it? Are you trying to hide the fact that you're casting it, or are you just fucking blatantly casting it?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely, just blatantly casting it. All right. That's
It's
fair.
like, okay,
So
like
basically, Elric and I are both like, "Hey, fuck you, guy." Like,
it's like
So-
I am all about information and this language that I don't know, and I like
that-
it.
At that point, he looks over past Elric and past Gwen, or past Rhett, and then turns back to you, Gwen, and just says,
In common or in Sylvan?
in Sylvan, he says, I am just still, after all of these years, trying to understand and what I'm just still trying, after all of these years, to understand you.
In Sylvan. I apologize I came on so strongly. It felt aggressive, what you initially said. And I have finally started to... That's not even true. I'm working on understanding things myself. It's so much bigger than just our home. And there's so much more.
Indeed.
And I want to help you understand, but there's just a lot to process.
Indeed. When you left, there was so much unsaid. So much doubt.
Doubt for who? From who?
From you.
I'm just gonna mouth to Elric, like, "Catch me up later," since I can't understand this.
You seemed lost. This might not be the time to go into it. This is all still in Sylvan. But I think we need to. And I think we need to have a conversation in a more private setting, as he looks across the room.
I return in Sylvan. These people have been... I agree. Probably privacy for hashing out some of this initial stuff would be ideal. But this group, these people, my friends, have been with me through a lot, and they have been pivotal in keeping me from splitting, for lack of a better word.
Well,
I still feel very pulled, and I don't know yet.
at this point, you kind of feel his eyes on the mark on your forehead. And he says,
Is it burning like Harry Potter?
almost. No.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
You feel...
Ooh.
No.
The
You
Gwen who lived.
Yes! Fuck yeah.
He says to you in Sylvan, and he says, we all believed your destiny was predetermined. We all assumed you would be the one who or not you people. That's what I meant to say. We all believed that you would find your path early. However, in these few short moments, being in this room with you now, I see that perhaps you are on that path of figuring out your purpose finally.
Suppose I am, though it's still unclear. I still don't know. There've been developments, like beyond what we experienced back at home, and I don't know. I feel like I strayed from any path, but perhaps that makes it the path. I don't know. You tell me. Or don't. And we'll just see where this goes. I need you to listen before you, not necessarily to me, but just observe before you make any judgment.
I will listen. I owe you that much. And he kind of glances around at everyone in the room. And he says, then looks back at you and says, again, this may not be the time or place, but Gwen, I may have seemed harsh, however, it is only because I expect so much.
That expectation alone doesn't help. But well, let's try this again. Let's eat. Meet my friends, your temporary subordinates, I suppose. And we'll just chisel away at this elephant in the room.
Even now, your analogies confuse me, however.
It's just, like, it's big and it's in the room and, like, we're talking about it.
No,
I
get your thoughts.
okay.
You just have always had a way with words that is slightly, less than couth.
No comment. She doesn't say anything else. She's like, we're just I'm gonna start fighting again. I'm gonna fucking attack him. That's what's gonna be the next step. She just doesn't say anything. Just.
So he kind of looks away from you. Says, so, tell me about this,
Are we back in common at this point?
Yes, at this point he turns around in common. He looks away from you, Gwen, kind of looks around to everyone else and says, so, tell me about this mission.
Which one?
I have to quickly put my pan flute away because I started playing Hot Cross Buns because I got bored.
Love it. I love it.
Oh my god.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. This is
So I
this is
drop it and then like frantically put it back in the bag of holding because I'm like,
just.
I look like an idiot.
I love it.
I think before we launch into discussing whatever the fuck mission he's talking about, I just say I'm sorry, guys. Haven't seen him in a year. There's a lot. It's fine. We're fine, right? And what mission are you talking about?
The mission I'm supposed to be transporting you for?
Oh, you fucking tell us.
I believe the general already did.
Well, I mean, she also told you, right?
She
This
Just
is
like-
I think
This-
it's
Every
look-
step of the way,
this
contrarian.
look of exasperation on his face at you, Gwen. And he just looks and says,
you look tired.
I was told to transport you
Good.
to the Shadowfell. And then I was given a mission to go on. While I was there, complete my assignment, meet up with you and transport you to Tochev.
We've all in some form or another, pardon me, amongst other people, and I think, I'm sure the general clued you in on this, but we've all had some sort of vision, which you'd love to hear. Sahanine was in mine. She talked to me. It was uncomfortable, but that did happen. But there's...
You got a vision from the Lunar Lady.
Don't take a breath so you don't pass out, but yes. She said we could help.
And then I high five Gwen with her handshake again because that was sassy as fuck. It was awesome.
return it.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a dragon potentially that probably originated from Shadowfell that is going to attack the capital city, according to these visions. There's just a lot of interplanar fuckery that you know, we're here to work on.
And you believe that your little rabble here will be able to dispose of a dragon?
I mean, I'm a Drake Warden.
Our little rabble have fought mind flayers, survived fucking random ass interplanar travel, interactions with devil lords or whatever the fuck they're called. We have done quite a bit and managed for ourselves quite well.
Hey, Butch is
We
here!
also set boats.
Butch is
on fire.
here! Don't just not
I
that part. But we our little rabble, which I take offense to, if I'm being honest, have
I mean-
really done a lot.
no offense was meant, Waiterness. However,
Nick, your words,
You-
Dad.
have only been here. You left Mesh less than a year ago. You correct me if I'm wrong, but the general said you all only finished your training less than a month ago.
You want to know where we've been over the last month? We've been here. We've been the water plane. We've been to Sigil. We've been to the 5th layer of hell. We've been on the opposite side of the world. And then we came back here and fought mind flayers on Little Sleep. So we only haven't been here.
If I may, sir,
Yes.
I've fought on the Wall of Thorns for 2 years. We did kill a pit fiend, and I think we're doing pretty well.
And he kind of puts his, as
The
soon as you
pit fiend was a bit of a technicality, but
when you
Oh,
speak,
a win's a
it's
win.
you don't have to say it out loud.
when you speak, he kind of puts his hand on his chest and nods at you, and he says, "For a follower of the Mystic Seer, I appreciate any guidance and protection you have given to my daughter and the rest of your troop. However, I do not doubt your enthusiasm, your heart, however, your experience.
We just seen some shit.
Fighting on the wall, fighting mind flayers is one thing. However, Shadowfell is something far different.
How different?
And if you are not prepared, it will not only the denizens of the Shadowfell do you need to worry about, however, it is also the Shadowfell itself that can play tricks with your mind. And if you are not prepared, and if you are not stout of will, it has been known, and stories have been told of the just presence in the Shadowfell driving people mad. So, while yes, you have been through a lot, my Gwen, there is a lot you are unaware of in just the sheer nature of the place you are going.
Waithreneben.
Do you ask about that audibly?
No,
Actually, you
but I
have
do write it down.
He has comprehend language, so would he?
I do, yeah.
Comprehend language is up. So, would he hear it as the actual terminology?
Yeah.
So when he says Gwaithreneben, you hear Little Shadow.
Yeah, that's going in the book.
And I just look over and I'm like, oh shit, the book.
It is, as I stated, there is a lot more to be aware of than what you are. It is not going to be as simple as go in and fight a dragon. However, as denizens of Mesh, you and your turtle should understand that that is no small feat in itself.
I'm not saying it is. Just what do we need to do to prepare? Like, what can we do in the next 24 hours or however fucking long to ward ourselves against whatever's happening or whatever could happen?
There is very little you can do to prepare. However, I want you to be sure that you are not going in a haphazard. I want you to be aware that this is not going to be a fun and games little expedition to the water plane. This is going to be something that will eat at your mind and eat at your soul.
I'm going to look at him, and in Sylvan, I'm going to say, nothing about the water plane was fun. Nothing about having my brain eaten by a mind flayer was fun. I'm not taking this lightly.
Make a perception check.
Does he know about the mind flayer eating the brain though, or is
He does now.
He does now.
Yeah.
22.
So
That cat's out of the bag.
in this stoic face that you have seen your entire life, and it is very rare in your memory that you remember seeing any kind of like hint of emotion from this face. When you mention your brain being eaten, you do notice his eyes widen slightly, his head straighten, and the corners of his mouth kind of droop down to the point where pretty much anyone else would not notice it, but seeing as the fact that this is your father and you have lived your entire life around him, you can pick up on these slight tells. This was if you've ever seen your father emote worry before, and a little bit of regret of not of hearing you came to harm. But it is incredibly slight to the point where anyone who didn't know him would not have been able to perceive it.
I just follow up and Sylvan. I'm obviously fine. I just want you to know that I'm not taking this lightly.
God damn it, Perry. Just made me break character.
I start inappropriately playing hot cross buns again.
Love it.
God damn it.
At this point, Rain kind of looks up and says, with all due respect, sir, I mean, I've been out with this woman of yours for a couple missions now, and she sure as shit can take care of herself and take care of a lot of her friends as well.
I have not let go of Rain's hand, by the way.
To which...
Hanging on.
Wait, does Rain understand Sylvan? Because aren't they speaking Sylvan now?
No, this conversation has been in common.
Oh, okay, sorry. Because I know that she responded in Sylvan. I was just trying to... Okay, sorry.
Or wait, the brain eating thing, did you say that in common or Sylvan?
That was in Sylvan.
Oh, that was in Sylvan. Okay. Well, then scratch that.
But I followed up with saying that I wasn't taking things lightly. Okay. I don't know if I said that in Sylvan, but let's say it was a common hand wave.
All right. Well, then yeah, that's what Rain says. And to which Hymir kind of looks up, looks over at Rain, then looks at you, looks around at everyone else and says, you appear to be surrounded by competent fighters and skilled fighters. Can't think of another word.
Combatants.
Combatants. There you go.
Warriors.
Warriors.
Come out and play.
Clearly, you all have been successful in your past endeavors. However, just make sure that this do come in this with a solid understanding that you are about to face things that you have not even dreamt of.
Careful. You don't know what we've dreamt.
We've dreamt some shit.
And there's a lot of assumptions being thrown around since, like, with everybody else since we just met this dude.
Last night, I had a dream that a sandwich was eating me.
That's Butch's worst nightmare.
Oh my god.
Oh my
god.
Sandwich eats you.
I will say that in a place like the Shadowfell, and he looks at Butch and says, you will be very grateful to have a servant of Sehanin with you. For that desolate, bastardized landscape is a realm of ever darkness. And having someone with the specific gifts of the Lunar Lady will be beneficial in your coming endeavor.
That's good. I just point at Butch. Give him a little wink. Like, see? You got this, buddy.
Who's that lady? Lunar lady.
Has
So-
the food arrived yet?
Yes, at this
And
point,
the alcohol?
At
Oh
this
yeah,
point,
Butch is eating.
the food has arrived. There's trays of like steaming roasted meats and
I've got a lot of body mass. I have. Come on.
charcuterie boards and
Yeah.
bottles of wine.
I
Set
need
down.
whiskey.
I
Whiskey.
think we're gonna have
All
to
right.
make do.
They bring-
I mean,
They bring a couple bottles of whiskey in
Brett.
as well.
Yeah.
Now, would you like to give me a little more information about this mission? Is there any?
I mean, you said that we're not prepared, so shouldn't you be giving us some information about where
Well,
we're going?
the first thing I need to know is what you are doing, and if you have any information so far, or if you are walking in there blindly.
Tell him about the purple dragon.
I think I said that, or I shared that there.
Oh.
It looked like, we're trying to stop a dragon that looks affected by Shadowfell from attacking
Right.
the capital city of Conticaria.
Correct, but
Um,
do you have any information of the lair of where you are going? Shadowfell is a realm as large as this. There is equal distance in the Shadowfell that there is on the material plane, so it is to say it is a large
the-
place is a bit of an understatement.
Didn't the general say our mission is?
You cut out what?
We're supposed to find something in the Shadowfell, right?
Yes,
He's
the-
supposed to find something in the shadow.
Hi-
We're
yeah,
supposed to
his-
kill something.
His job was to search for an item. That's all you know. They've been very, very vague about his job. Your guys' job was to investigate this dragon and the visions that you saw.
Does he seem familiar with Shadowfell?
From what he's been saying, it seems like he at least is very
Practically bragging about it.
yeah. He knows a
It's
lot
annoying
about.
as fuck.
Sweet, that means I'm playing him right. Yes.
It's getting under my skin.
Yes.
I wonder if he speaks Draconic.
I'll ask him if he knows about a city by the mountains surrounding a tower.
City in the mountains surrounded by a tower.
City near the mountains surrounding a central tower. The image that they sent me, that my angel sent me in the dream. Like,
It sounds like
okay.
It sounds like you're speaking of Direfall. However, if that is where you are speaking, or if that is what the town you are headed to, this is going to be interesting, to say the least. Direfall at least used to be the realm of some nasty individuals.
Like dragons?
No. If the dragon has taken over Direfall from the denizens who were there before, this is one hell of a dragon.
What kind of
There-
go on.
Maybe it just goes there to hang.
What were you going to say, Gwen?
No. Go on. Dad.
There Direfall was known to be the home of these two individuals who originally were tasked to fight demons and other demonic entities that cross from the hells. They built an army in the city, surrounded this tower. Then they had a falling out, if I remember the story correctly.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut.
You get his analogies? You don't get mine?
He knows what chestnuts are?
However,
Fuck, Dad.
he's a wood elf. Of course he knows what chestnuts are.
You know what an elephant
Hey.
is, too. I just step back. Just shovel food in my mouth.
If the stories are true, Direfall was the fortress, the tower in Direfall was the home to an individual named Strahd von Zarovich.
I'm sorry, what?
Was that Elric or Emery?
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Stradivon, snorting bitch.
I'm sorry, did you say Strahd von Garbage?
Strahd
Yes.
von Zarovich.
Snoring bitch.
Yeah.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if
yes,
I know
you-
anything about this guy?
Yes, you can.
Can I do a perception to see if he's lying?
That would be insight, but yes.
Or, yeah.
Let's see. Intelligence. That's a net 20.
For a total of 23.
23.
And that's a nat 1 for Rhett's insight check. For a total of 5. Rhett, he seems up and up. You cannot tell one way or the other. He seems legit.
I mean, but I'm big dumb right here, so who
That's
knows
right.
if that's real?
He's hard to read.
Elric, if you remember
You don't say.
if you remember the story that you would remember the story that Arnon talked about that he read in his book about the Shadowfell and how there were the two men that battled across the plains hunting demons, and they had the three generals with them, three inquisitors, and the one suddenly stopped leaving the Shadowfell and kept using excuses why he wasn't didn't want to, or talks about how his demeanor changed over time, how over the years his form became more lithe, his skin became more pale, and how he would refuse to go on hunts on the material plane. Talks about how Strahd picked the Shadowfell less because of its strategic placement on the plane wheel and more because of its eternal twilight. Talks about
Suspected garlic allergy.
Talks about the idea of using the Shadowfell as a blocking point was proven wrong, and how certain portals and certain magics allow transport directly from one plane to the other without the needs of a layover in the Shadowfell.
Notable lack of mirrors.
Strahd von Zarovich. Did I hear that right?
Indeed. He was the original denizen of Direfall, the ruler of that area. However, if this is the town that you are speaking of, and if it is indeed a dragon that has usurped Strahd from that area, then this is no ordinary dragon.
But your dream of the dragon, was it in the same place? Nick?
Yes, it was. Yes, it appeared to be,
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
or at least it appeared to
It
be. You-
appears to be.
So would that mean that that dragon ousted Strahd then? Or
It's
are they
possible.
working in union?
It's possible. It appears from the visions that you were speaking of, if this dragon is indeed in Direfall, then I would hope, for the sake of many, that the dragon did oust Strahd von Zarovich. And for if they are indeed working in unison, the situation just became that much more dire.
Well, maybe we can persuade this Strahd guy to turn against the dragon if he's still around.
Clearly, you do not know the stories.
Nope.
No, we
Wanna
don't. But we'll learn all kinds of stuff about Strauss von Garbage. Be great.
You want to share with the class?
Strauss von garbage.
Like, do we have to worry about him as well?
First name
Yes.
Levi.
It is definitely a possibility and definitely something that you should keep in your mind.
What kind of creatures are in Shadowfell? Is it like our plane, but Twilight and fuckers like Strahd, or is it
The
like, what-
Shadowfell is filled with. The Shadowfell is a dark mirror of this plane. Everything that you see in the material plane, you will see in Shadowfell. However, it will be a twisted version. For example, mountain ranges that seem like rolling mountains will show up as jagged spires. Trees will show up petrified, dead, leafless. There is almost no color. Everything
All
is
grapes are raisins.
black and white.
All fresh fruits have been dehydrated.
I know
so we're
we're
going to
Now.
shadow things. That's what we're doing. It's shadow things now.
The
The upside down.
The only
Then-
breakfast is oatmeal.
No, grits. It's
I love
grits.
oatmeal.
Surely a fate worse than death.
No, the only breakfast is cream of wheat, which I
um,
also love, but no one else does.
I knew there was
With
something
raisins.
wrong with you, Sam.
That's the first thing?
No, it's not. I've known there was something wrong with you for a while now, Sam. I
I'm
think
gonna have
I
to
go
put
back
that
to our
in my
conversation
Sam
from earlier today. Anyway,
Cream
so
of wheat, underline, dot, in my
the
sandbook.
the Shadowfell
Question
is
mark.
anyway. Going back,
Can we title this episode "Stream of Wheat"?
yes, absolutely. No,
Damn it!
going back. So
Nice stream
the
of wheat.
Shadowfell itself is filled with quite a few different variations of creatures. There are the beasts that roam the wilderness that may appear similar to beasts you see on Earth or in this plane, however, twisted by the darkness.
Oh, you're just making
Things
them
like-
cute.
Things like displacer beasts, like there are the denizens of the Shadowfell. While there are humans and other races you will see here on the material plane, the majority of the people who live in the Shadowfell have been twisted by the realm itself. The most prevalent are the Shadowkai, or Shadow Elves, who at one point shared a lineage with our kin, and the rest of almost all of your group's kin, save for the turtle, of course.
He has a
Nick, would I
name.
know some of
It's
like the
Butch.
story and history just from like my parents? Would I have like at least heard about this stuff?
Roll me a history check. Or
Okay.
yeah, roll me a history
I got
check.
a 10 on mine.
Yeah, you
Let me
don't
see.
you don't know shit.
I don't know.
An 11. Oh no, that's a natural one.
No, I did.
You're-
I did it twice.
Yeah, I
Can
know.
I-
You
It
got
is-
an 11.
Okay.
Can
Um,
I roll to know if this is anything he would have tried to teach me when I was younger?
You can roll a history check, sure. Rhett, not a lot of what you've learned and the songs and everything your parents have done have dealt with Shadowfell. Most of it has been about things that happen in the actual material plane.
Okay.
14.
Man, my parents are kind of lame. They haven't really
Yeah.
given me anything.
They haven't really traveled much outside of the material plane. So
Ugh.
with a
What a waste.
14,
Any of the stuff in my books?
yeah, the entire conversation about Strahd was the first thing that I told you in the book.
I just, give a
Yeah.
knowing nod every once in a while.
Quite a bit of what he's talked about were in some of the other books that you've read too. Gwen, with a 14, you remember him talking about things like this. However, as typical, you weren't really paying that much attention.
Fair
So
enough.
you had a tendency to not listen when your father was speaking to you or trying to teach you about things. Because in typical Gwen fashion, you're like, ooh, mushrooms. And
Mushroom?
when the fuck am I ever going to need to worry about the
Yeah.
Shadowfell?
Mushrooms and fuck the man.
Yeah,
Woo!
pretty much. So, he says the majority of the denizens are Shadowkai, the Shadow Elves. However, there are the undead that tend to linger Shadow Realm, and other beings that have entered the Shadowfell and then spent too much time there and have been twisted by the realm itself into bastardized variations of their former selves.
Yes, like that
Damn,
part.
Dad, that sounds
is
rough.
there.
He's
Wait,
calling
maybe,
dad.
Yeah. Because you guys have to remember my intelligence is low, so I'm not appropriate ever.
I love it. And I
I'm
love
never
that, and
gonna
that's
be
perfect.
appropriate.
That makes Gwen so happy that you said that.
He just raises an eyebrow very Spock-like at you, like,
Like, because I don't even realize it most of the time. Like, I might have silver tongue and be like charming, but that doesn't make me smart.
that's true.
That's fair. That's entirely fair.
So, Direfall appears to be, if I am interpreting these visions and dreams you've had correctly, it appears that your location, the place, your destination is Direfall. Again, my knowledge is limited, and it has been a very long time since I've ventured into the Shadowfell, long before you were alive. Wait.
So they're like they're undead, but are they conscious? Like, do they like have memories? Do they understand what they're doing? Like when actions are performed? Like, is it like the tale, the old tale of the Little Mermaid? Are these like shadow people that like, they've made some sort of deal, but they know they are still aware of their surroundings?
There was, as far as I am aware, there is no deals that are created. There are your mindless undead, the skeletons, the zombies, and the such. However, there are also more intelligent undead, the
like conscious. They're still conscious of the world
Indeed.
happening around them, but they
Indeed.
don't have as much control.
Well, there are
Well,
them,
I,
and
for
then
one-
there are also undead that are completely conscious and have complete control, such as the
Okay.
vampires, the liches,
Are
and
there
such.
any corpses animated by spores?
I have
If
If
not
I'm
seen
close
such a
enough
thing.
to kick Arnon, I kick Arnon as hard as I can,
yeah, that's fair.
which isn't much. But I do kick him.
Roll an attack.
Go for
Well,
it.
hopefully,
I still
hopefully
need
I
to
will
be
get the
fortress.
chance
I'm just kidding.
To
I don't-
smash
I
and
don't
destroy.
vouch.
an undead little mermaid.
I'm not
Sounds
apparently
like a
allowed
pleasure.
to roll. Oh, here we go.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not contesting your kick.
I'll break her legs.
You break my legs?
No,
the undead
Oh!
little mermaid.
Because I'm trying to kick Arnon. I thought you said you break my legs.
Now,
no, no, no.
No, Butch. It's a friendly kick because he talked about sports.
I would
And now
never
I'm
do
just
that.
thinking to myself, I'm like,
Unless you're an undead
under
monster
the sea, under the sea.
who happen to be a little mermaid.
however, there are
Did he say no to that, by the way? To what
To
Arnon
what?
said? To what Arnon said.
yeah. Oh, the spore thing. Yeah, I have. He said that he's never heard of anything like that.
I didn't just get the
That's
idea.
Really?
ridiculous. That's not even
Well, you're
funny.
gonna.
Now,
At least
Got
it
my
sounds like
eyebrow
an
from my
inviting
dad.
place.
as I stated, though, the Shadowfell is not a place you want to spend an extended amount of time in. For that is what causes these creatures to become twisted. The longer you stay in the Shadowfell, the more the influence twists and deranges your mind and being itself.
Are there advanced preparations that we can make to protect us from that? Like, are there things that we should seek out while we're in a town, perhaps with some spells and things like that, that might like give us these protections from that, or extend our time before that affects us?
Unfortunately, I am unaware of anything that would that would hinder such protections. The best advice I can give you is do not linger. Get in.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm already real dumb.
We could always teleport ourselves to hell if it gets too rough.
Get in and prepare or complete your mission and get out as quickly
All
as
right, so
possible.
we're gonna one night stand this. Got it.
Are there people... And she's not looking at him when she says this. Are there people more susceptible to the things that happen in the Shadowfell?
Yes. People with a less than people who are not strong in the mind, people who are not as wise typically are more susceptible. People who have a strong... I'm trying to think of the best way to not just straight up say people with low wisdom.
'Cause that's me. Oh
But-
no.
No, you're good. Your wisdom is high. It's intelligence that's bad for you.
Oh. See,
but
that's,
more or
how,
less-
that's how dumb I am.
Yeah, more or less, he says people with people who are not strong of mind and a little less and are easily tricked.
People who put tomatoes in a fruit salad.
Exactly, people who put tomatoes in a fruit salad. No,
Yes. So
The-
there's not...
the wiser you are, the better you tend to fare in the Shadowfell.
So no, there's no psychic bleaching of your personal internal conflict that might escalate things. That's not a problem.
Withrin, you've been always talking in riddles. I am not sure what you mean, however. If it is something that is on your...
Elric, what does that word mean?
If it is something that is on your mind, then I would suggest trying to put it away at least while you're there.
Not sure that's going to be an option.
Rhett, what word are you talking about?
The one that's not common.
Wait, and even.
If Rhett looks over at Elric with his open book that he's scrawling notes, you will see the Sylvan phrase Gwethrin Eben, and then like in parentheses, little shadow in common.
All right, cool. I double gunpoint to him. Thanks, buddy.
Would I have seen him do that? Like, would I have caught what he had written down, that he knows what it means?
Were you
Was
trying
the
to
dad
hide
your
it?
eyes?
Were you trying to Were you trying to hide it, Elric?
Absolutely not.
All right, you can make a perception check.
I'm pretty
20?
engaged with
Yeah.
your
Oh
dad.
yeah, you saw it.
Oh,
Okay, so every time he said Gwaith and Even, I
Cringe.
tense up. Yeah, cringe. And then seeing that Elric knows exactly what it is just irritates Gwen even more. And I think
now
when he
I
says
know
it
too.
this time, she's like, just try Gwen or Gwaithrin if that's too hard. But just, please, meet me here. Dad.
Just kind of nods to you. All right. So
Makes her even
And I
more
poured
mad.
Dad some whiskey.
well,
I, for one, am grateful that we had Gwen's dad to tell us that a place named Direfall in the realm of Shadowfall is not a very inviting place.
I agree.
I was going to head straight to their tourism department and ask for the welcome wagon tour.
all right.
Hey, like
probably
real
not a good
life,
tour.
I'm gonna need. I really need Sam to draw like a postcard. It's like come to Shadowfell.
Welcome to Shadowfell.
Yes, come to Shadowfell. The Shadowfell
Vacation in Shadowfell.
tourism
The
department.
tourism department is just one little goblin behind a desk screaming.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
the Shadowfell Bureau of Tourism.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I'm making a
Do it.
postcard
Do
for
it.
Shadowfell.
All right. On that note,
Emo.
let's go ahead and
Elf.
let's go ahead and take our break because it's 10:10. So we're gonna go ahead and take our break, and then we will continue with this conversation with Gwen's dad about Shadowfell once we come back. So we will be back in probably about 10 minutes. So peace out. So, where were we? You guys were talking to Hymir,
Shadowfell Board of
We're
Tourism.
talking to Dad.
talking to
Yep.
Daddy Hi.
Yeah.
No.
Daddy H.
No. No.
Absolutely not.
Big Daddy H.
I will throat punch Hymir before I call him Daddy Hi.
I mean, I'm not seeing a downside.
What's his
Yeah.
title? Sir?
Big
Captain?
Daddy H.
Well,
Commodore?
as a member, a citizen of Mesh, you would know him as one of the elders of the more or less the council that pretty much was in charge prior to that black dragon kind of claiming ownership, and he's kind of one of the so the majority of the denizens of the Shadowfell do not necessarily recognize. I can't remember the name of that dragon.
You said Shadowfell. Did you mean Mesh?
I meant Mesh. Sorry, they don't technically or necessarily recognize the dragon's rulership. However, they know that they have bigger fish to fry, and he's actually helping them protect the country, so they don't challenge it. However, Hymir is one of the council elders for like the ruling council that ruled over Mesh and what is still considered by most people the ruling council.
So like
was
Lord-
he sitting on the council when the turtles were still basically enslaved by the Wood Elves?
No, I don't believe so. That was quite a while.
That was a while ago.
That was,
Yeah.
I would say that was a few hundred years ago. That was prior to
Okay.
all of this happening.
Elves can be long lived, right? So
Yeah, I would say Hymir is probably, Gwen, you're what, 125?
10.
110-ish. So I would say Hymir is probably about 300-400 years old at this point.
I also
I was thinking like 750.
No.
would not have mentioned his name to you, knowing what his station was.
Right. Yeah.
Like I would have said, yeah, he's
Yeah.
kind of a big deal, but fuck him. In so many words, I would
Yeah.
not have told you his name.
Yeah, Gwen has not really talked much about her father.
Ben's got daddy issues.
Photo relations
Would-
with the ruling
would
class of
Gwen
Wood Elves is not
Father
great.
know my parents?
What'd you say, Lindsay?
Would Gwen's father know my parents?
I would say probably not, considering he does not leave Mesh very often, and Mesh is kind of its own isolated area because of the fact that it's mostly swampland
Swamp.
and a very
Welcome to the swamp.
it's
It's
not
gorgeous.
easily transversed by most
We have
people.
very
so-
low and reasonable property prices.
Okay, because I know that my mom's an elf. And my
Yeah.
dad was human, so I didn't know if that mattered.
No. Because I would assume that your mom would have been more like high elf than
Okay,
wood elf. So
sure.
Yeah,
That's what
coming
we
to
said
Mesh is
before.
definitely slumming it.
That's why you
Yeah,
know
sorry,
what
Scott.
nut milk is.
yeah, that's
You
why you
should
know what
see
nut
them.
milk is.
You should
Yeah.
see
I-
the
I'm-
glorious
I'm
Baba
very- I'm
Yagas
very
we've
versed
got.
in nut milk.
But not swamp milk.
All right. So,
Ew.
I know
What
my
do you-
nuts. I
damn
know
it.
my milk.
are you guys
Yes.
continuing the conversation, or what are you doing?
I know my nut milks. I mean, we've been drinking a while.
Elric is actually going to, seeing as how this conversation seems to be going in one direction, he's going to go in a different direction and find Amisra.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, she did come with you.
She's just been
She did.
standing here this whole time.
Yeah, she's been kind of chilling in the corner, like.
Oh, are we not at a table? I feel. I
Yeah,
think
no,
we're
you
all
are-
at, like.
You guys are at a table, so
Wait,
I forgot that Amisra
Before
was
you-
here.
Elric, before you
And
seek her
Lane's
out,
there too, right?
Yes, Rain is there.
It might help if I go with you, so you look smaller by comparison. Because I don't think she's taller than you, and that could be a problem.
Wait. Now hold on now.
Oh, Wingman Butch is my favorite.
Um, I, I'm not exactly sure what you're getting at, Butch, but I've got this.
And I just tell him like, hey, if you need somebody to, sing some
Okay.
love songs, give me a holler.
I can play my flute.
Be on standby.
Are you sure?
If I do one of these, start playing music.
All right, I'll turn into the Cordal Flautist.
I think I've proven myself to be a solid wingman.
I'm just gonna sit there and tune my yarding, just in case.
So I'm going over to a Misra.
Okay.
No, she is shorter than him, right?
Yeah. How tall are you,
Ugh.
Elric?
Elric is about 6'1".
6'1". Then yeah.
Oh
she would
yeah,
be-
no, he's
yeah,
doomed.
yeah. She would be about, say, about 5'5".
I feel bad for the guy. You know how hard it is to find someone taller than me? It's awful.
How tall is Butch?
Like 6'4".
I'm going to get to the bottom of what that means later.
Write it down, Elric.
It's
Put
no
it in your
trap.
judgment book.
Put it
All
in
right.
your burn book.
What are you doing?
Oh my god. Going over to a Misra.
See Amisra kind of sitting at the corner of the table, like she's got a glass full of wine or a goblet full of wine, just kind of like taking in everything that's going around. And
So I told you earlier I could explain.
this should be interesting.
How familiar are you with planar travel?
Well, I can't necessarily say that I'm an expert, however, I do know the basics. What are you getting at, Elric?
I'm getting at however much you knew about planar travel, we knew even less. What I thought was going to be a simple recovery mission turned into a 17-day excursion into planes I had no intention of ever seeing.
I see.
The first plane we visited by way of a storm. I didn't know storms could do that.
This must have been the day that you told me. Meet me the next day.
Yes. The very
Hey,
same.
Elric, ask if she got your fireball scroll.
Make
Oh my
go ahead and make a deception check for me, Elric.
Deception.
Yeah, because it was 3 days afterwards when you got switched to the water plane.
Yep. I'm gonna.
Wasn't it, Gwen? Wasn't it 3 days? You're the
I thought
lore
it-
keeper.
I thought it was the same day.
No,
Hold
it was
on,
not.
We spent 2 days at sea before the storm.
Yeah,
we
you
stopped
spent-
at that island
I
where
think-
there was the outpost. And
I think that's
We
user
departed
error.
on the mission on the 17th, and then we didn't get transported till the 20th.
So go ahead and make me a deception check.
Tell her that you didn't realize the boat trips took so long. Really show off your smarts.
Let's say 13 on your deception check.
Yep, that is a 13.
She just looks at you and says, "See, so you just happened to make plans that same day, happened to end up being transferred to another plane of existence. Talk about bad luck."
Is this within earshot of the rest of us? Is this
She's
at
not
the table?
exactly being quiet, but if you would like to make a perception check to see if you hear.
21.
You hear.
Like all of us, or
Well, Gwen does for sure because she rolled a 21. If you would like to roll a perception check to see if you hear it as well, go for it.
Oh, let me make this perception check.
Come on, Butch.
Rhett, you got a 14. Please let me do better. Holy crap! You got a 5 on the die. You got a 14.
Her
Yeah, dude.
perception. Fucking Rangers, man. Fucking Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that.
16.
Yeah, you all three of you hear it. It's a small room.
And
It's a small-ish table, so.
I think I make the decision to just like slide over and just be like, what had happened was, and then and with my silver tongue, just kind of, smooth things over a bit and then duck right the fuck back out.
So what are you saying?
I
Was a
just
life or death
explain some of the confusion and explain that, this kind of travel we're not all very familiar with, so our concept of time is off, but his feelings and explanations are sincere.
I understand.
We did have to set that boat on fire.
And then I slide the fuck back over, and I'm like, all right, bye.
However,
Go back to our table.
you could have let me know before you left town, at least.
Top secret missions are top secret.
I'm just gonna
Right.
shout over.
About that.
Just see what he did.
Given the nature of the mission, I personally was not able to divulge confidential information like that.
I wasn't asking for confidential information. I was just saying that you could have potentially told me, "Hey, tomorrow might not be good for me."
Agree with her, dude.
That is entirely
Say yes,
fair.
you're right. Say she's right.
That's entirely fair. You definitely deserved to know that I could possibly have been gone for more than a day, or 2, or 17. I apologize. That was thoughtless of me.
I'm gonna walk
I'll-
behind
Yeah.
Elric, and I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna cast guidance, just like squeeze his shoulder, and just not say anything, but just give him some guidance, just in case he needs to be particularly persuasive with her. And then I'm gonna walk back to Rain and sit
There
back
is
down.
there is a verbal component to guidance, so I will ask you to make a sleight of hand check if you're trying to be sneaky.
All I'm saying is, you got this, buddy. And I squeeze his shoulder.
Okay, I'll
And then
allow
I
it.
go back
All
to
right.
Rain.
Proud of you.
I'll allow that then.
And I look at him, Anissa, and I go, so say he's good. He's real good. You should have seen what he did with the mind flayers. I go back.
More than anything, I am glad you're still safe.
Indeed. Sounds like you had a hell of an adventure.
Literally.
That's putting it mildly.
Missing her was hell. In hell.
Missing her was one of the 9 levels of hell.
Perhaps the 5th.
Perhaps.
It was so cold you missed her warmth. Say it.
And then I'm like, oh, we're just being like those really obnoxious drunk friends that are trying to help, but like we're actually like the worst.
and then I kind of mutter, kind of out of the side of my hand, "Cool it."
Well,
We did.
should-
Remember
we
when
should-
we were in the hell of snow? We
Oh,
did
yeah.
cool
Just
it.
say, Rhett, come back to the huddle.
We should-
Okay, sorry guys. Sorry.
we should tell her.
Amisra, would you happen to have the spell hold person?
I do.
We should tell her about how he wants.
Gross.
And he is completely frozen.
Yeah, that's a good
Wait,
idea.
say it again. Say it again. You froze.
Oh, he wanted to get back to her so badly. He made a deal with the devil.
I wouldn't. Wait. Stop. No. I just nix that to potentially stop Butch, and I just pull Rhett and Butch in over next to Rain and I. I just say, let's huddle over here.
And I'm like, sorry, we're drunk.
Thank you, Gwen.
At
I will cast hold person if necessary.
this point, you do see Heimir just kind of like looking across everything. Just very stoic, watching and intently watching everything that's going on.
Hey, Dad, are we embarrassing you? I'm sorry.
Hey, Arden.
My only sister in arms, and I put my arm around Rhett.
Yeah,
Give
it's
her a
Arden.
big squeeze.
Do you remember what? No, I probably shouldn't ask. It's probably rude. But you probably know. What do high elves call half elf?
What do high elves call half elves?
I don't think it was mudblood. I can't remember though.
I think that's.
Are you about to hurt my feelings?
Don't do that.
First.
Don't do that.
Don't
Abort.
hurt my feelings.
Abort.
I feel like you're gonna.
I'll
hurt my feelings.
ask you later. Sorry, bad idea.
Elric,
I think we call them those people.
Uh,
God,
Misra, would you be interested in hearing all of the planes that we managed to visit?
make a perception check, or not a perception, a persuasion check. Sorry,
Well, calling them
Persuade.
people is a
Guidance!
step up.
Guidance.
guidance.
With
You do have
guidance?
guidance.
Oh, guidance.
How much is guidance?
A
D4.
D4.
I gotta look at this.
Mm,
Oh no.
That's a whopping
no.
11.
So, with your 11, she looks at you and says, "Sure."
I mean, we don't have to get into that. But
No. I would love to hear your, adventure.
Oh boy.
Right. So
Nick's been in trouble before. And he
you know what? We can talk about that at a later time. How were the last 17 days for you?
Oh, fantastic. She looks kind of like motions around everything.
Okay. The town besieged notwithstanding, before all of this happened. How have you been?
Sam, you're making me lose it.
It's killing me. Turn me off.
I have been well until all of this.
Moo.
Perhaps there's some way I could make up for my thoughtless absence.
Go ahead and make another persuasion check.
Another one.
You do not have guidance for this one.
You do not have guidance for this one. It has
make
been
it
longer
good.
than a minute.
It also
Oh.
ends after the first use.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, big money, no Amy, no Amy.
The first
Hooray!
There's a 13.
Yep.
Lucky
Yep,
13.
that's a 13.
To
Turn
which
you into a cloud of gas if you want.
That isn't. Nope. Mm-mm.
I just start waving my yarding in the air.
Anisra looks at you and says, I believe you have more important things to worry about at this point.
I hope he flatters her by attempting to, learn more, show that he respects her intelligence.
Right. Life of a soldier and all that. Sorry, my mistake.
Can't you wizard up some flowers?
Can I wizard up some flowers?
If you would like to
I
whiz-
can make,
I mean,
I can make her some good shrooms.
Oh my god.
Druidcraft.
I actually do have like a spell that like could possibly make flowers.
Like, clever use of prestidigitation must be impressive, right? Or did you not bother to take it?
I do not have prestidigitation.
I do. I renamed it Fancy Fingers.
I can use thaumaturgy and make your eyes particularly sparkly.
Okay. Here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take what Amisra said as an obvious cue of disinterest, and I'm going to go to the other side of the table.
You can't see my face, but I just stuck my lip out in real life because I'm so sad.
Aw.
Same.
I'll cast Fancy Fingers for you.
That is not a.
It's prestidigitation.
Gwen.
That's just what I renamed it.
Gwen, at that point, you feel Rain kind of lean over and whisper in your ear. She's like, damn, that was kind of fucking hard to watch.
Wish I could have helped more. I am sad to see that happen.
It's
I give her time.
Yeah.
17 days is kind of a lot.
All right, it's Butch's turn.
I just look at Rain real quick and just say, like at
wait a
least
minute,
you had
Butch's
the
turn.
advantage of knowing where we were.
Oh no!
I'm going to go over to talk to her.
Oh no! What?
Wait,
Let's
are
As
go
a
look.
wingman?
girl? Are you gonna steal his girl?
I'm curious
Excuse
to
me.
see how this is going to play out. Let's see this happen.
I know this is none of my business, especially given your stature.
It's a bold
But-
move, Cotton.
After
Fucking high.
Elric helped us save the city, the very first thing he insisted we do was make sure you were safe.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
Can I give him advantage
Yeah.
in any form?
Yeah, I'll say with what are you doing, Gwen, to give him advantage?
I'm confirming.
Okay.
We were there. We were all there to find you because he was worried you weren't okay.
All right. Go ahead and roll with advantage, Butch.
You struck me with lightning because we were looking for you.
So no, the nat 20.
Shit.
Shall I roll again?
And I-
No,
and I
I don't think you need to. So
That's wild.
for
Fucking
your nat 20,
Butch
the
clutch as
26,
hell.
she's sitting there and she's kind of swirling the wine goblet. She just kind of nods slightly. You notice her like look across the table at Elric and then just kind of nods back at you.
Yeah, go sit back down.
As she looks at me, I am taking some paint from the magical inks, and I am drawing a flower.
Oh,
Okay.
Arnon, don't write his ass about using the inks without permission. It's fine. It's just a flower.
Flowers like what, like 0.1 square meters? So
Just a little bit of ink.
yeah,
Just
it's
a little
fine.
bit.
All right.
Did you start doing a little bit of soft John Legend? All me,
Oh,
all me.
no.
Oh no.
It's jumping the gun a little bit.
Shh, shh, just
Go back, Rhett. Rhett.
We are
Slow
not
down.
anywhere near there yet.
I'm singing to the bar. We're at an inn. This is what I do.
Rhett, we're it's still in the keep at the war room, and you can sing to us. And I'm gonna point to Gwen and Rain, and then I'm gonna shrug
Okay.
at Rain.
That's fine. It'll just be background music.
Just
Woo!
and I just whisper at Rain, like just deflecting it away from Manisra, but I don't mind it either.
We've gone through a lot, so I'm pretty drunk.
That's fair.
Fair.
I'm drinking to forget.
Rhett, make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm drinking to remember.
Oh no, that's not good.
Oh, Rhett hurls all over the entire
No!
side of the room.
Man, I haven't
With
thrown
a
up from drinking
5.
in so
Yeah,
long.
but have you met her parents?
Oh.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
Oh no.
I was gonna say the vom makes me perk up. What is that supposed to mean?
Pop your head up, like what do
Wait
you
a
I'm
minute,
allowed
mean?
not to
what?
like them. I'm allowed not to
Oh,
like them.
that means we'll overlook this.
What's your problem?
Come on, let's get your hair cleaned up.
Okay.
Oh,
Thanks, man.
Butch is holding her hair.
I love it.
Yep.
All right. So you guys continue eating.
Honestly, Butch probably is just going to carry her out of the room so she can wash off.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I'm gonna find a hose.
The rest of you continue eating and everything. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss or work through this evening?
I think somebody else.
I think I was going to say, are we going to work through more daddy issues? Daddy hi.
I think after a few drinks, and just the comfort of just everything that fucking just happened, and it just not being what the battle was, Gwen's just gonna just say a lot can happen in a year in common to Hymir.
Oh.
I keep saying bookkeeping, but I mean whatever it is.
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping. Thank you. Housekeeping question.
Housekeeping.
The entire party knows Gwen made a deal at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the only folks that wouldn't know would be Rain and Anisra
Rain, Amisra, and Hymir.
and Hymir. Yeah. Well, obviously, because Dad.
And Butch on a good day.
Butch wipes it from his memory.
It's his own version
that
of
never
drinking to forget.
Yeah.
Heimer doesn't know.
He meditates to forget.
So
Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah.
Heimer doesn't know.
for now.
For now.
Daddy doesn't know.
Oh no.
Timer's back and there's gonna be trouble.
Oh god.
See-
Hi.
You'd find it funny. I actually traveled with Butch out of Mesh to come here, which was it was interesting to see another person outside of our home with such a passion for Sahanin. But we met up here, and this isn't the first time we've dealt with mind flayers, and we've been across multiple planes. Like, what have you been up to over the last year? Dad, we've been so many places. You look immaculate as usual.
Well, kind of looks down for a second. The role of the council remains my top concern as we continue to provide defense for the wall and keep the Shanians at bay while appeasing the dragon as
Butch.
damn it, Butch. Don't remember dragon.
Oh yeah, let me look it up.
While keeping the dragon at bay, appeased and believing that they're all subservient to him. However, you being gone has also taken up quite a bit of my thoughts during the day.
How so?
Believe it or not, it's your well-being is of great importance to me.
As you can see, I've came out of things on the right, at least on the living side, one way or another. I've had to adapt, I guess. And I'm sorry that it took up so much of your time.
To that, he kind of sits back and in Sylvan responds to you and says, as I've stated before, it is not a burden of yours. However, as you may someday understand, if you choose this path, to be a parent means that you are always going to be worried. Regardless of the age or should we say, adventures of your offspring. So when you are not around, you do take up quite a bit of my thoughts.
My friends have done a lot to watch out for me. I seem to get into the same situation over and over again. And yet, one way or another, we come out of it on top. So, worry less. I'm still here.
And continuing in Sylvan, he says, that is easy to say, but unfortunately, until you have a child of your own, you realize that not exactly possible.
Maybe I responded in Sylvan, by the way, but and again in Sylvan. Maybe that'll be an option sometime. But I wish you wouldn't worry as much as perhaps even I do, unless I got that from you. It's been a long month, even less so a year, but it's just a lot has happened. And um mm, you'll see, I guess. Just I'm working through it.
He just kind of nods towards you. Says, you will be fine.
Yeah. I can tell you right now, I have no intention upon going anytime soon, if I have anything to say about it. So rest assured, I'll fight tooth and nail to the bitter end. So
You always have.
never gonna stop. Is he near Gwen at this point?
Yeah, kind of. He would be at the head of the table. He kind of took this Calliope's spot at the head of the table and be right on the right hand side there.
I think I'm just gonna kind of reach my hand out as if to not like shake, but just momentarily like just take his hand and then retract.
Yeah, he puts his hand out for you. Kind of squeezes your fingers for a second before you release. Kind of eyes over at Rain for a second next to you. And then looks back at you and says, who's this one?
Is he saying that in common or Sylvan?
No, he's saying it in Sylvan.
Oh, this is someone in Sylvan. This is someone who has. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna respond in common. And I'm just gonna say this is someone who has traveled the plains with us, proven remarkably resourceful, and incredibly just puts me in awe. And I thought I'd lost them for a while, and I was so happy they came back today.
To which he just kind of nods to you. So, we all know our assignments. I'm ready to go whenever you are. However, I believe after the day's events, at least an evening's rest is in order. Let me know if you all are ready. We shall depart.
Did he already give me the sending stone?
He did.
Okay.
He says, "Now, if you'll excuse me, it is late, and I must retire." He stands up. There's nothing else. I will see you all.
Are we meeting back here in the morning?
If you are ready to leave, meet me here. Lindsay has a face.
She's no longer a bear.
You're no longer a bear.
What's wrong with bears?
I'm a real girl.
He stands
Hooray.
up. Says, "I will await your call in the morning."
What time is it?
It's late. It's probably at this point, with after the travel and everything, you're probably looking at 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Before we go, Elric, Arden, we should get a book about the Shadowfell.
I have like 3.
Oh, that was easy then.
I'm
Awesome.
cleaned up and super embarrassed now. So I like slink back to the table. So like
Fantastic.
I'm just like,
That's why I knew the story of the. I still don't even know the guy's last name.
Strad von Zarovich.
Garbage.
Yeah,
Strauss,
see,
God von
garbage.
Stradovich.
Aaron Brockovich.
Strauss.
Strauss von
Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah, Strahd.
Seuss gonna cut a bitch.
Straussful
Touched here, I'm not
Cuttlefish.
sure.
Cuttlefish?
Poisonous
Oh,
cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish. He's definitely in league with the Mudflayers.
Oh no.
Oh
Watch, we'll get
Strahd-
to him and he will be a Cuttlefish.
no. Are we?
All
Mhm.
joking aside, Strahd von Zarovich is ironically no joke. We go to Shadowfell. We need to worry about Strahd.
Okay.
Fair.
That's a problem for future us. For now,
Yeah.
let's maybe celebrate that we are all still alive.
Yeah.
Are we going to meet back up here? Try to go to the inn? What's the morning look like?
We have.
Can we sleep at the inn?
We have rooms in like barracks and stuff.
Yeah, just where are we reconvening in the morning?
We
I
should
guess?
agree where we're going to meet for breakfast. And how close to noon.
Brunch?
Brunch is good. 1 o'clock?
Brunch. Yep. Let's do a brunchin'.
Try to meet back up at the prancing unicorn. The laughing unicorn. At 1?
Sounds about right.
Alright.
There
I'm
are
gonna-
snacks on the table, right?
Oh yeah, This is
Orange-
full-
Stocks.
full
orange is
spread.
swipe up a couple of
Strahd.
pieces of cheese.
Fantastic. All right. So are
I'm
you guys
gonna-
headed back to the barracks, or are you sleeping here?
Gwen's gonna look at Rain and ask them if they have a place in town.
Which I got a house probably about quarter mile down the street.
Ooh,
Gwen's gonna look at her and say, "I'd love to see it if you want to show me now."
Yeah, me too. I'd like to see it.
I'd slap Arnon. No. Hold person, Arnon.
The whole person.
Mine.
But you'll
mean-
pick up Arnon and carry him away.
Let's go.
Gwen leaves with Rain.
All right. All right. While Gwen and Rain walk out, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm carrying Arnon back to the inn or wherever we're staying, barracks, wherever.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was going wherever we're gonna like hole up for the night.
yeah, I'd say barracks.
All right. So you all make your way back to the barracks, find your respective rooms. Anything else you want to accomplish before the evening is over?
I will say that at some point in the rest period, Gwen does make another bottle.
Okay. That's fine.
She does some journaling.
That's fair.
Putting out some cheese in my barracks next to my bed.
Okay. Butcher Elric?
Uh,
Bed.
that yeah, I mean the magically drawn and conjured flower. It's kind of set it next to the bed.
Okay. Fantastic.
I'm just having like some internal struggles about how I handle myself in like social situations. So I think that like I'm writing a journal entry to remind myself like to not be an embarrassment moving forward.
All right. So if there's nothing else, you guys find sleep, find rest. The morning comes, the late morning comes, because even with your 4 hours, it's probably 8, 9 o'clock for most of you. Some other ones probably a little later, depending on other activities that may or may not have occurred. Rhett, you are still practically asleep. Sun is creeping through the blind or the curtains of your room. Then suddenly, piercing in your hungover head, you hear, "Harriet, it's your mother. Where have you been? I met this nice young man at the market today, and I told him all about you."
Oh God. I just get that message though, right?
Yeah.
There's
You
not a
can't-
person there, is there? Like
No,
this is just
it's a message in your head.
I'm not entirely sure if I'm hungover hallucinating this as like a self-inflicted judgment or if it's real.
I mean, you know your mother well enough to know that this is very plausible.
Son of a bitch.
Like you can reply to this message.
You can reply if you would like. You have 25 words to reply, or you can ignore it depending on what you want to do.
I think for now, I'm just gonna like process that and decide whether or not I want to respond.
Okay, that's fair.
I think I'm gonna sit on it because no. I think what I'm gonna do.
That's some good acting. Did you hear the voice crack? That's great. That was well
I've
done.
also
Very in character.
also been driving for a very long time in real life. I'm very tired. In real life, this does torture me.
It's coming from a real place.
But no, I think I just respond, everything's fine. How's dad? And that's all I respond.
Okay.
Very, very gray rock. Very gray rock.
A few minutes go past, and then all of a sudden you hear another message in your head. It says, Dad's fine. He has another appointment with the doctors tomorrow. They still haven't figured out exactly what's going on, but they're hopeful they'll have an answer.
You have to come and see the baby.
And then it cuts off.
Mom, there's a limit to how many words you can send.
It's like FaceTiming with your mom.
Never responsive. I always ask all these questions, and you come back with these terse answers. You never answer anything. I've
Mom,
talked to you for minutes and nothing.
Mom,
God,
take
my
your
real
thumb
mom's not
off
like
the
this.
camera.
Jesus Christ.
Mom, your thumb's covering the camera. Mom.
Your mom's got a sending stone, but it's weirdly like right under her nose. It's like I can't.
And it's all in caps. And I
Yep.
know, even though like it's like I just know it's all in
Screaming.
caps.
I can't tell if this is working.
Can
Dude,
you
gotta
hear
help
me?
with this. I keep pressing the buttons.
Red, I don't know if you got it.
Her answering machine message is one of those. I don't know if it's working. I can't tell. What is
So-
it doing? How do you
Nick,
work
like
this?
how close are they? Like how close are my parents to where we are now?
You guys are on the opposite side of the continent. So
Fantastic.
they're in Rockreal. They're in the capital city, and you're all the way on the other side. So you're probably I'd have to pull up the map to be sure, but I want to say probably between 500 and 1,000 miles away.
Okay. How long would it typically take them to get to me?
Travel, I mean, if they were just like riding a horse, you know, it would probably a good like, let's see. Normal walking speed is, or fast walking speed is 30 miles. 30 miles, yeah, 30 miles a day. So if they were like horse or carriage, probably let's say 50 miles a day. So if you're about, let's split the difference and say 750 miles away, 750 divided by 5 is like 140 days. I don't fucking know.
It would take them a long fucking time, I think is what he's trying to tell.
Yeah.
Then they think
15
all right.
15 days, a month.
You've
Let's just
answered
say a month.
plenty.
A couple
fortnight.
You've
weeks.
given me plenty of information.
A fortnight.
So I'm just gonna respond. There's only so many words you can put in a message. I'm out on a job.
Fantastic.
Wish I could
Can you come
intercept
and
a
get my
message.
clock to stop flashing 12?
Can you take your father to his appointment? Where are you?
My time stone is screaming at me every morning. Make it stop.
Wait. What? I don't know what universe I'm in. Time stones are a thing, right?
All right. So, what are the rest of you doing this morning?
Did I get any visitors in the night?
Roll a d20.
Oh, that always goes well. At least it's a somewhat inconsequential one. Oh,
You
19.
do. You do. In the middle of the night, you are sitting
Mind
there.
flares.
Yeah. Oh. You see a little mouse with tentacles.
What?
Your penthouse forum.
So excited.
So
All right, did they
you
go,
are
did
broken
they go
out of
after
your
the cheddar,
you're
the
broken
Swiss, or the brie?
you're broken out of your trance by a tiny little noise. And go ahead and roll a d3 then.
By the way, my real mom just legitimately texted me to see if I got in okay.
Oh my god. So that would be
That's awesome.
that would be the Swiss.
Surreal.
The Swiss?
Yeah.
Okay. Just as long as it wasn't the brie, you can't trust those mice.
French mice.
God damn it.
I'm gonna see if he wants to just stick around.
So yeah, you're able to kind of using your little cheese bits, you're able to go ahead and make an animal handling check actually.
All right. I don't think I've done one of those yet. Ooh, boy. 5. He bites me and runs away.
Oh,
You take 1 point of piercing damage.
Get
As
off my cheese.
Oh.
he does bite your finger. But you are able to hold on to the mouse. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Well, I don't like to keep unwilling mice, so if he wants to go away, that's up to him.
Yeah, with a 5, he does kind of scamper
cool.
off.
That's cool. He doesn't want to stay, that's fine.
All right.
I am going to get up and go out in the town on my own.
Okay.
I am looking for a store that would sell a seal or a signet ring.
Okay. Like a wax seal type ring?
Yeah, and some black sealing wax.
Okay. All right. Easy enough to find. You do go to, I mean, the town is still in pretty bad shape after, the battle that just took place less than 12 hours ago. However, you do make your way to the purple canvas.
making your way through town.
Things are fucked because you got.
I want
but
to custom
players.
order a seal.
All right, so you
or a
walk up.
ring.
You walk up to the purple canvas, and you walk in, and you see Jandar's kind of like sweeping up some broken glass and shit along the side.
Oh, Jar Jar's place. Cool.
Hi. Hi. What are you doing? What? Sorry,
Hey there.
I'm a little flustered. It's been a long night. What can I help you with?
I'd like to order a custom seal or signet ring.
Okay. What do you want it to look like, or what?
I want it to be a pair of wings, like.
Okay.
Just a pair of like round and then down pair of wings.
Okay. Yeah, I can put in an order for that. Probably take about a week or two to come in.
That's fine. Some black sealing wax.
Okay. Yeah. You
whatever
can definitely
it's
do
in.
that.
Okay.
All right. I will send word to the Citadel when it shows up.
All right. Got any more hard candy in?
Yeah, I got a little bit back there. Not a lot. A lot of
Me
my stuff
too.
is damaged. So,
I need to replenish. So
but I think
I'll take what,
I got a bag. Maybe about 2
take
copper.
what you got. Is it the colorful stuff?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you get your bag of hard candy for 2 copper.
Okay. All right. So I'll see you in a week.
Okay, sounds good. I'll let you know. I'll let him know as soon as it
2?
comes in.
You can leave word at the barracks for me.
Absolutely, I'll do that.
You know that the one right here.
Yeah, the one right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye.
Hey, bye. Thanks for your business. All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Did I have any visitors in the night?
What kind of visitors did you want in the night?
I mean,
Bardic
Strangers in
inspiration.
the night.
the world was still, being cleaned up by the remaining army, so stragglers, maybe.
You want like a janitor to visit you?
No.
All of a sudden, you feel this like brushing against your face. Wake up to see tentacles. No, I'm just
Ah!
No.
Just kidding, it's me. I dip my fingers in your water jug and take out ammonia. No.
Here's my new spell, Fancy Fingers.
all right. Yeah, no visitors in the night.
Okay.
Strangers in the night.
The night. Yeah, no. I'm going to ritually cast Find Familiar. And yeah, we'll keep it a hawk.
All right.
And
Ritually
Go
cast
up.
find.
I go outside of the barracks and
Rah, 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 rah.
it's kind of let them fly.
Fantastic. Butch, what about you?
I'm standing silently behind Elric as he releases the bird.
Okay.
I
what
loudly
are you doing?
exclaim, "Good morning, Elric!
Ah.
Beautiful day, isn't it?"
Yeah. Yes, yes, it is. Good morning, Butch.
It's a little bright. Is Gwen out yet?
Is Gwen out yet?
Gwen's still at
When-
Rains.
I
She
haven't
hasn't met back
seen.
yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gwen this morning, but
You didn't come
I
back
can
with
assume
us?
where she. No, she went with Rain.
Oh. Oh. Oh, thank the
Yes.
lunar lady. Okay, well, that's good. Well, I just wandered off looking for mushrooms. We were all had a lot to drink.
That's
Yes,
fair.
we did.
I don't know if I trust any of the mushrooms in this city.
I'm sure those mushrooms would be easily bent to the will of our druid.
Ah. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're not picking up while I'm laying down. Let's go eat something. Let's get some breakfast.
Right. Time for
Oh,
food.
wait. Get Rhett. Oh, no.
Oh, we're
I'm
all
gonna-
in
I'm
the
gonna-
barracks, though. Aren't we all in the same area? Like normally.
Yeah,
there's,
no,
like, a
but I
giant
just
room.
realized I need to bring you water, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm
Aw.
going to go get water for her.
Okay,
I'm-
you get
I'll be
red.
right there.
I'll get Arnon.
You know, I also need maybe like an Advil, like a vitamin.
Fantasy
Gatorade?
Tylenol.
Fantasy Tylenol. It's the best Tylenol.
Fantasy Pedialyte.
Oh my god.
It's for babies.
No, it is not. It is for
Who
Uh-uh.
can't handle their
Would that be
liquor.
like-
It is
would
for
that be
college
It's for
students.
Paladin
babies
Light?
that can't handle their liquor.
What'd you say, Lindsay?
Yeah.
I said I think that'd be like Paladin Light.
Yeah, what he
Alright.
said. It's for babies.
Oh, shots
Oh.
fired.
I mean, to be fair, most 13-year-olds can't handle their.
Oh,
Understand turtles reach adulthood at 15. So when I say 13-year-old, it never mind. It doesn't translate.
It's a sliding scale for you.
Yeah, sliding scale.
All right.
But I really don't understand it, Nick,
I-
because in the real world, like tortoises grow, like some species will live for a very long time.
Yeah,
So
I
why
don't
are
get it.
turtles given the short
I don't know.
staff? Okay.
I don't understand that either.
I think
Dum da dum dum dum.
Gwen.
before leaving Rain's place. So I think she's getting her stuff together and she's like looking at her armor, her leather armor. And she looks at Rain. She's still got her robes and all that stuff. But she looks at Rain and she says, I think I'd like you to have this. And she hands her leather armor to Rain and says, it's nothing special. But I don't know when we're going to be back. And I don't know when I'm going to see you again. But I don't know. I got to go meet back up with everyone. And I don't need this, I think, at this point. So I want you to have it.
Is Rain in a pirate captain negligee?
All right, and they
Do a
just
fashion check.
yeah, they just kind of like
Oh,
give you a little grin, a little bit, and say, "All right, that's what you want."
Yeah,
You
I
take-
don't want to throw it away.
I don't know when I'm gonna see you next, but take care of yourself, especially if this place you're going to is as fucked up as your. That asshole was really your dad?
Yeah, I mean, there's some history there,
You-
obviously, because he's my dad. But yeah, he's not. He doesn't communicate. I think like we do. She's just fidgeting really hard. Like,
They like put their hand over yours and say, again, take care of yourself, especially if that place is as fucked up as he said it was. And I guess I will see you when you get back.
yeah, I'll look you up, I guess. And then she Gwen just gives Rain a kiss and leaves, I guess. Heads back.
Since we're all in the barracks together, did the other guys hear the message from my mom?
No, it's only in your head.
Okay,
The way message works, it goes directly into your head.
got it. Okay, cool.
Terms of service.
It's cutting out. I can't tell what he's playing.
Oh God, Prince's estate is gonna kill us for this.
Oh, there it is. All right, shut it off before we get copyright strikes.
Quick!
Purple rain, purple
All right.
rain.
Anyway,
Before Gwen does leave, she does cast mage armor for the.
all right, fantastic.
Ooh, does it look cool or special or piratey or anything?
No, it's just as she casts it, it's just a purple kind of sheen over all of her that kind of dissipates.
like a mist from a rain.
Perhaps just like that. But then it goes away.
Maybe we can just call it
it's
pirate
invisible?
rain instead, and then like
Yeah.
we won't like not as copyrighted.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just a protective magical force that is initially visible when she first casts it, and then it kind of dissipates after that. So she just looks like a non-armored, robed druid at that point.
Does it reappear when it's deflecting blows?
Sure.
Like briefly?
Yes.
Or it's like ting ting.
Officially, yes.
All right.
But the pirate
Fantastic.
rain appears to protect you.
Yeah. Oh,
So you make your way out and meet up with the rest of everybody. Is there anything?
Yes, Rhett, Butch arrives at your door with a knock, 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 and water and whatever is appropriate for relieving morning headaches.
Thank you. I chug that shit.
a tincture of hangover.
There you go.
A tincture of
Thanks.
hangover
Thank
removal.
you. Thank you.
Mhm.
I appreciate
Yep.
you.
Oh, yep. Absolutely. Let's eat.
Let's have breakfast.
All right. So, for the sake of brevity, you go. The inn that you guys typically frequent at, the Laughing Unicorn, has seen better days. It is pretty destroyed after the
See, better
battle.
days.
However, you do see a few of the like barmaids and such that you've seen before, cleaning out, sweeping, everything. And you see the same couple dwarves tending bar. There's a few patrons there, so you are able to get your breakfast and all of that.
So we're all back in one place at the.
Arnon, have you met up with them, or are you still wandering the town?
I figure I got back before Butch got up.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think I went looking for you.
All right, so yeah, you were all back in town, or back in the back together.
Do I got a montage of me lifting heavy things to help them make repairs?
I mean,
that's
if
a
you would
big
like to spend a
habit
few
it wants.
days,
No,
Uh,
no. It's a montage, so you get a lot done in a very short amount of time.
Showing
Like a
the
training
passage of
montage.
time.
so let's say at this point it is getting close to noon, and you were supposed to meet him, Elf Daddy, at 1. So
Are we meeting him back in the keep?
yes, you were supposed to meet
Alright.
him in the war room.
All right.
One
Okay.
singular
Hey,
sensation.
Daddy.
Gwen settles
Every
into
little move he
breakfast like her
makes.
dad didn't show up and she didn't spend the night away from the barracks. Like nothing happened. Everything's fine. She's got a perk in her step and everything's fine.
And we ate breakfast.
And you ate breakfast. So is there anything else you want to accomplish before returning to Ymir?
Dark
Mm,
beer. All right.
Assuming we're good on potions and whatnot, I think we can just go,
Yeah.
since he
Yes.
didn't give us any discernible way
I hope-
to
I hope
prepare
she gives
ourselves.
us
You
hope
guys
she gives us a potion budget.
I mean, you guys still have almost all of the potions you bought last time, so the only thing is the one that Butch took.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, that doesn't mean we can't buy more, right?
I will say, in the state of the town right now, finding potions would be very, very difficult.
Boo.
I think we've got a few on hand. I mean, and I think I'm going to hand Butch my potion of greater healing
Oh, thank you.
to replace his, since he's going to be in the line of fire more often.
Oh,
Ideally.
I used one of the little ones.
Oh, you use one. Okay, then I'm
I
just
have a-
kidding. I hand him the potion of healing. Not the
Thank you.
bigger one.
All right.
So I hand him my potion of healing and I say, let's go meet Hymir.
Okay.
I'll catch up to all of you. And
Oh, no.
then I'm going to go check on the flawless tome.
Damn
All right.
Hey, check and see if she got your fireball in.
All right. So you all head back to
Oh,
the
business.
Citadel. Elric, you make your way to the Flawless Tome, which is more or less in the same condition that it was last night when you picked the lock and got hit with a lightning bolt.
I mean, I was shocked.
Heyo.
No, I don't think it hit you.
No, I dodged.
Gwen was horrified and also shocked.
It shocked in
dead.
the feeling.
Anyway,
Anyways, how bad is the interior of the store?
It smells like ozone.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It smells like ozone, but all in all, it's pretty well kept. It's not too bad. It's shockingly made it through fairly decently.
She's not in, is she?
Roll me a d20.
No,
Gotcha, bitch.
not like this.
Not like this. Not like this. She is, actually. She is currently behind the counter, kind of. Actually, no, she's not behind the counter. She is in one of the aisles, picking up a few loose papers and such that did fall and litter across one of the aisles.
I'm going to start helping clean.
Okay. So yeah, you pick up a few things and everything. She says, she does see you come close, and she's like, well, I was not expecting to see you today.
Right. Figure I would attempt to clean some of the mess I made.
Fair enough. I would not necessarily say that you were responsible for this.
Fair enough. Right. Well, um, I hate to ask, but the orders that I made,
Ah, yes.
is there any chance that those are still here?
I believe so. Let me check. I hadn't sold them yet. They were, I was debating. As long as they were not damaged in the attack last night. Should have them in stock. So,
Thank you.
she walks into the back, and you hear her rustling around. You see some papers and books rustling in the back. A few minutes later, she comes back out holding 2 scrolls, and she's like, it does look here they did survive undamaged. So, that was 1 scroll of Fireball and 1 scroll of Shadowblade, I believe, what you ordered.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So, I believe the price we had agreed on was going to be a total of about 1,200 gold.
We did agree on that, didn't we? Right. Well, um, out of game, the party funds is Rhett the one that has all of that?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Yeah, and since I
Yeah.
just arrived here, I don't have that notebook in front of me. I'm
Ye-
sorry,
I-
I thought I
We've got 1,200 in there at least.
Oh yeah.
And-
That's not even worried about like how much we have. It was just like where's the money?
You would also remember that the price that you actually agreed on was 500 gold apiece.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
She's playing me a little bit, and you know what? I'm gonna give her that. Right. Good to know that those are still here. I'll be right back. And then I leave the store to go find Rhett.
I am outside the inn getting some fresh air because I'm still real hungover.
All right. Yeah, you're able to find her, get your money.
And I'm like,
I'll be right back.
You come back to the Flawless Tome with the money. You're able to purchase the 2 scrolls.
Right. It's 1,000 for the spells and the other 200 for your time.
Let's just call
Take-
it a. Shit! I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Oh no! What were you going to say?
I completely lost my train of thought. I apologize.
Waiting fee.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like I was gonna say asshole tax, but that's not what I want. That's not the term I wanted to use.
Okay.
Let's just
Asshole tax.
asshole tax.
That's
Yeah.
Arnon's thing.
Exactly.
That sounds painful.
Well, I appreciate you doing business, and next time you make it back around here, maybe we can have another more private conversation.
How about tomorrow?
Don't do it!
I say
Call!
if you insist, and then I give her a wink and then leave.
You know where to find me.
I smile and I walk out.
All right.
Brilliant.
All right. So
I am dead. Me, personally, Sam is dead.
you guys make it. Are you guys meeting up
dead.
with Chimere now?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Daddy, hi
Do
hi.
we have
Daddy, hi,
to? Can't we just use
Do we
the
have
amulet?
to go to the shadow?
Yeah, sure, we should-
You
we should totally
feel more
use the amulet.
confident,
Next
right,
time.
Elric? Like you could.
Let's
we
go
can do
to a
this
random
without
place
him.
on the planet. Just random.
You want to leave your dad in the dust?
Yes.
Ghost your dad.
Do I?
Bad bites the dust.
No, I don't. I don't. I don't want to do that.
Bum,
Let's-
bum, ba-da-dum,
let's-
ba-da.
Are you sure?
Let's go
Because
to.
we can totally ghost your dad if you want.
No, I don't want to ghost my dad. He was.
Have you guys seen Ghost Dad?
Remarkably-
It's not a good movie.
No, it's
No.
not.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No.
And
That's a bad movie.
yeah, in all seriousness, Gwen retracts that and says no. Like it. He was remarkably. I mean, I know what it looked like, but he was remarkably empathetic last night in comparison, so I don't want to ghost him after that modicum of progress. So fine, fucking let's go. She rolls her eyes so hard.
Pathetic?
Empathetic. Like he's not an emotional guy. if you
Oh, I
can pick up on
recognize the
that.
word. Okay.
He just
thought-
he just
Thought I had a handle on elves.
no, he's stoic. And Gwen puts that in quotes.
Yeah, like a rock.
And but he showed a lot last night that maybe you wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't grown up with him. But he I don't want to ghost him. So
You
we
do
should
know
go.
what stoic means, right?
I mean, if it's
That
you know,
mean he's hiding every last feeling he has.
right, but he let some peek last night that would make me feel quite terrible if I didn't give him even the smallest chance. I don't. Plus, the amulet honestly is honestly bullshit, isn't it, Elric?
It is.
Like
Well,
let's
it
let's
works.
cl-
It works some of the time.
it works 50% of the time, 100% of the time.
50% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Nah, 25. Let's be charitable here. It's actually
Yeah.
just 25% of the time.
It's
It
never,
works every time.
and I'll have to ask you about this, but it's never actually gotten us where we wanted to be, which is hilarious. And I'm sure he's getting a good fucking kick out of that. Anyways,
I really don't think I can handle another.
before we
mean,
go to
Every time it
hiding,
hurts your feelings, I'm filled with inner rage.
it
and-
is I appreciate that, Butch. Before we go to Hymir, I want to pull Elric aside.
Pull me aside.
And I want to ask him, not
I'm gonna-
necessarily in the earshot of the rest of the group, what exactly he put in the report about Gwen and Hugh. So I just say, what did you put in the report about Hugh and my whatever with him?
I put what I saw. I
Well,
didn't put any conclusions that I came to.
what did you see?
Let's see. Open the book. Okay. Calling Gwaithrinus, aka Gwen, subject number 1 from here on. This is a detailed report of our adventures with the person who regrew their brain.
That being me.
That being you.
Hey, drop the book down. You're covering the microphone.
Yes, that being you. The details are such that you regrew your brain. You claim that it is a result of a contract that you signed. I haven't made the correlation, just that you have made that claim. And that ever since then, and I did also note down that before your brain was regrown, Hugh showed up and referred to you as one of his toys. Little sus. Um,
You're just
oh,
giving this to Gwen openly?
oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Um,
I think that was the Freedom Information Act. It's a requirement.
I have no reason to keep from you the fact that I've documented basically this whole thing.
Did it cross your mind, Alric, that perhaps some of that wasn't something I was ready to disclose to the general and army at large, especially now that my father is involved, which I understand you didn't know at the time, but I
Did
don't think I was quite ready to divulge all of that to the general.
Gwen, we're soldiers in the military. What happens gets relayed to our superiors.
We're also
What?
still people, Alric.
Right. People that could very easily be turned into weapons against the people that we've been sworn to protect.
And
I don't know. Right. You weren't there. You weren't alive. You didn't have your brain when Hugh Percival Lacrosse referred to you as his plaything, his toy.
I didn't, but you also didn't see the other side. You didn't see the blackness and then hear his voice and then be offered a chance at life when you were not done with what you had. There's so much more to it. I'm just concerned that this will be a problem.
I am also concerned that this will be a problem.
Fair.
I understand that you're back because Hugh gave you that option, and we are all grateful. But Hugh is still a very large unknown. And you can't tell me that you didn't have suspicions when you saw that burnt up flyer.
No, that has rested heavily on me. And I do have a lot of doubts and I have a lot of questions and am sure you've documented the tents that I've seen that I cannot reach, and I have a lot of questions, and I don't know where this is going, but I hesitate. I hesitate involving leadership before anything is truly known. And I guess I wanted to know what they know at this point, because I have a lot to work out, and this is a lot to also think about.
They know that you and Hugh are connected. I did not put in that report exactly how or why. That being said, the report that I'm making is not just for the benefit of Castellatri and Conticaria at large.
What's it for then?
At any point, any one of us could die. Especially me. What we've done. What we're going to do. We can't let it be lost to time.
That's fair. That's fair.
And moreover, if someone else is put in a situation similar to yours and they want out, you might be the only one who would know how.
I guess to be determined, since I don't know how, but that is
Yeah, to be determined, sure.
or even if I want out, yet to be determined. But good to know. I appreciate you being so honest about this, and I just ask that you don't necessarily directly relay this information to Hymir. Give me the chance, please.
Hymir
Hi, Mir.
isn't the general.
Wonderful.
He's on a need-to-know basis, and until he becomes our CO, he doesn't need to know.
He kind of has, though, for a time.
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
I know
then we're
he's
on
y-
the same page.
I know he's your father, but I know nothing of this man.
Of all of us, Elric, I guarantee you that I'm the last person eager to just blindly follow what he says. But that is neither here nor there. I guess we should go see what he wants.
Right.
Thank you.
Of course. Just remember, a contract is only as good as its fine print. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right. So, after this conversation, I'm assuming you guys meet back up with the rest of the team.
Yep.
All right. So, you guys make your way up into the war room. And
Making your way uptown.
and you see Hymir standing there. The general standing next to him. Two of them kind of talking. And then, well, hear the Calliope. All right, so you have made it. I assume you all are ready.
Is everyone
Oh,
ready?
yeah, GK.
Don't all ask at the or don't all answer at the same time. I mean,
Oh, yeah, GK. Let's do it.
Yes, let's.
You see
Unless the quartermaster has
Isn't
any
it
gifts for us before we go.
Calliope? See?
I thought it was.
See.
Oh, my bad. Well, that's better. GC. General contractors.
Right. Well, Hymir, I leave them to your care. Remember your assignments, and if at all possible, try and spend as little time in that hellish wasteland as possible. Hymir kind of turns and says, now the magic I'm going to use, we can only use once a day, so at minimum we will need to rest one night in the Shadowfell to be able to return. But I understand that your mission might take more than this, take a day or two, depending what you find. So, when you are ready, I will transfer us to the Shadowfell, and then I will make my leap to pursue the object that I am searching for.
Are you only going to need a day or two?
Hopefully. If the intel we have is correct, it should only take a day or two to procure this item.
What happens if something happens to you?
I will let you know on the sending stone. Or you you mean if
That is what I mean.
That was real stoic.
that was the DM speaking. That was not him.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is what I meant.
That was the Scott snorting.
I will do my best to make you aware of if there's any troubles that I come across. I will be in touch if there's any unforeseen circumstances. However, if you do not hear back from me by the morning, then assume that you will not.
Okay. So after we transport, we're parting ways then.
Unfortunately.
So this is I would okay. That's
In Sylvan, he says back to you, he says, do not worry. I have time to talk more once we. That is your wish.
in Sylvan back. Make sure you return. It is certainly what I wish.
As well. Now, in common, he goes back. If you are all ready, please. He kind of puts his hands out to kind of in a gesture to link hands with him.
Gwen's gonna take one of his hands.
Okay.
Take the other one.
remembering that every time we do this, things have gone wrong. I get a little triggered. It's like, no, hold on now.
I think
I can guarantee you, my albino friend, my magic is a little more fine-tuned than that trinket that you are wearing.
is there any chance it's going to go wrong?
There's always a chance, however.
So
I'm gonna summon
think
my
I'm gonna
Drake.
I'm gonna squeeze his hand and say, despite everything that's in common, I don't give a fuck. But like despite everything that's happened, I believe you'll see us there safely. And then I'm gonna cast guidance
Fantastic.
just in case.
I say to everyone, okay, are we absolutely sure we don't want to check on anything before we leave?
Okay,
We have enough
fine.
food.
We always got good shrooms.
Yes.
While you all link hands, you see him, Brett. You all link hands in a circle, and Brett, he drops your hand for a second, reaches into a pocket, and pulls out a silver tuning fork. You see him knock it against the side of the table, and then really knocks it against the side of the table. You hear this resonating low frequency coming from the tuning fork. While he does that, he grabs your hand, and you guys see the world behind you start wobbling and shifting until it screams into blackness. You see your perspective, you're flying through space. Then suddenly you see the ground leaning up towards you, screaming up towards you. Your vision comes back and you're standing in almost a monochromatic version of the plane you were just in, the material plane. You see dark, black, endless void of a sky above you. No stars, no sun, no moon, just complete darkness. Everything is very grayscale. The ground below you is cracked and rocky, and you look around and you see these jagged, petrified trees everywhere. And in the distance, actually, everybody go ahead and make a perception check for me quick.
9.
Ooh, 10.
11.
Oh no.
Brett, Butch.
I had a portal in my eyes.
All right.
Butch had a natural 20, so 24.
Yeah, I rolled an 11, but I got a 20.
All right.
I
So
rolled a natural 1.
Gwen,
That was
Arnon,
impressive.
Gwen, Arnon, and Elric you're way too disoriented from this transport, but Butch and Rhett, you see in the distance, you see these jagged rock outcroppings, this jagged mountain range, and you continue looking, and then all of a sudden you see where the mountains kind of curve, and this is a good, probably the edge of your distance, a couple miles out, you do see a tower.
Ooh.
And that is where we will pick up next week because it's already after midnight. So, congratulations. You appear to have found your way to the Shadowfell.
Was this easy?
Oh boy.
So, 7th level spells, man, they actually fucking work. All right. Well,
I
thank
need
you.
to get 4th level spells.
Yeah.
I gotta
Thank
talk
you
to
for-
you about that.
Thank you for everybody who stuck it out. Thank you, Lindsay, for dealing with us, even though you were driving part of the time. So
9 hours. Did
Go
not
and-
expect that.
go get some sleep
Woof.
and enjoy your evening. Everyone else, we will see you next week.
Where hopefully we will run into less, or hell, maybe more of those natural ones.
Indeed. Have a good night.